Welcome back. And I'm actually doing a bit of time travelling because we're at the end of the episode and she is looking beautiful in there. So let me come and show you. You ain't having it that easy, but I will show you what's coming up in this episode.
He had to make a performance out of it though, didn't he? Because we all know how important good wood is.
What did I say about tool reviewing? She's made a red room. We're flapping.
We are flapping.
Think they find this interesting?
I think that this is absolutely terrible.
But it's going a bit slow today because I'm the only one working because Jess has been on the phone all day.
This is a shot blasting cabinet.
I've got a bone to pick with you Sainsbury drivers. Hello, boy! Last time you see us, we got all this in.
Now, we've got to take it all out, pimp it all up for the final fix. Let's do this. It's lucky you didn't ask me today why I live here instead of Australia. Good Lord. Back to square one. Got everything in just in time for the bloody rain to stop. Yeah, typical.
Nearly messed up my hair, look. Old Vidal Jesse gave me a haircut. What's that way, Jess? Let me show the people.
Get out!
Looking sharp.
He had to make a performance out of it though, didn't he? Let me show ya.
Who should we be today? Ma from Home Alone? Donald Trump? Don't know who's got it, but it looks good. Baby Spice? I'll just go for the Arthur Shelby look. I don't want to look stupid on social media now, do I?
But let me show you one thing. The sock? Nowhere near full.
So what I'm on with is the kitchen worktops, and we're going to use the same kitchen worktop for the kitchen unit as we are the table. But I've got to cut the table down at an angle, so I'm going to use the old Festool track saw. But one tool I've got to show you is these little beauties. These are called Irwin quick grip clamps. You've probably seen them before. I absolutely love them. Got loads of different sizes. But obviously when you get the Festool track saw, you need a track. And I really recommend these. They're Evolution tracks, really good, like half the price of Festool and do exactly the same job. But the only thing is, when you get them, you get these clamps here. Absolutely rubbish. They bend, they take forever to lock up, so I just throw them in the bin. But then you can get these Irwin clamps at the minute from Toolstation, 2 for a tenner, so absolute bargain. And then all you do is just chop the end off of one of them and then weld it on like that to the front, just sand it down a little bit, and then you got a track clamp. And the reason I've done it is because these track clamps are like 30 quid a pair, whereas like I say, I got these for a tenner, and then they just slide in there and then lock to your workpiece.
Now, I want to take a minute to talk to you about wood, because we all know how important good wood is. So we build all of the bases of our cabinets out of 12mm hardwood ply, and that's because it only costs about £26 per sheet. But the problem with it is that you get these voids in it. You can see here where there's little gaps where they join it. Whereas if you use birch ply, can you see how beautiful this is? But a piece of 15mm birch ply has cost us £100. So with the amount of wood we needed for this build, you just can't justify that. Especially when you fill and sand and paint this, it comes up absolutely fine for the backs of your cabinets. The time that we use birch is if we were going to stain it, or for our door and drawer fronts, because it is so much better quality, you get less warping and things like that. But you really don't notice it inside your cabinets with the cheaper ply. The other bit of wood I wanted to talk to you about is our worktops. And apologies if you watch the Defender, because we did talk about it in this, but we use Oakley furniture board. It's only about 10 kilos for a 2.4 metre length. It's so lightweight, but it is a bit soft and it can warp. I mean, all worktops can warp. So what we do is, like in the kitchen, obviously it's going to be screwed down at the edges, so we don't need to worry about it. But this is going to be our table, and we don't want that to cup or warp or anything like that. So John's just routed in some bits here, and we'll drop in and screw in some alley strips into those underneath, which will stop it from bowing.
So one question I've got quite a lot is how I'm going to do the wiring, because obviously with the GRP box all made and sealed and everything like that, it's going to be a bit of a pain to do. But if you bought a box and got it made, what they normally do is they run the wires inside the wall, but obviously I haven't got the option. So what I'm going to do is all my cabinets, I'm going to router out a groove like that, and then the wire is going to sit in it. So when I put the cabinet against the wall, obviously that wire's all nice and flush, so it will sit nice. And then, like I say, I'll run it all down one side of the cabinet, and then we're going to go across into the middle, and we're going to do all the lights and the strip lights in the middle.
I've got a handy little tool that I wanted to show you guys when you're doing all your prepping. And it's called a flapper disc. Lots of you have probably seen them before, but I didn't know about them until recently. Showing people flapper discs.
What did I say about tool reviewing?
I'm not reviewing a tool, I'm showing them a flapper disc.
I do tool reviewing.
Would you like to supervise my tool review? Right, I'm allowed to go, right. So these are called flapper discs, and they're basically just sandpaper on the end of a drill bit. And what I use them for a lot is cleaning up hole saw holes, because hole saws, brilliant tool, but they do make a bit of a mess of ply, and you spend ages trying to like rub round it with a piece of sandpaper. So these do it in seconds. Highly recommend getting some. Is that adequate?
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, thank you dear. John approved that review.
So next job I'm on with, remember I made that double frame bed that pulls out on heavy duty jaw runners? Well, obviously I've got to fix that to the side panels. And I don't want to just screw it with 3.5mm screws, because they're really easy to rip out, and once you've put them in once, that's it pretty much. If you try and put them again, it's just real loose. So what I like to use is I like to use these, and these are called wood nuts, and you can get them from Screwfix, really cheap. And basically what it is, it's got a thread inside, a 6mm thread. You can get different thread sizes, and then all I do is drill a hole in the wood, and I like to recess it again because it's going against the wall, so it'll be nice and flush. And then you put that in there and knock it in. And then obviously it sticks in there and it's locked in then as well. It's like a blind nut, like a rivy nut. And then obviously when I screw it in there with the 6mm bolt, obviously I can take it in and out as many times as I want, and it's nice and secure. And that's a 20mm hole, like washer on the back there. So to rip that through that wood, you're never going to do it. Morning everyone. So you know how yesterday Jess was going on about how she loves a bit of good wood? Well, today she's made a red room. But get your mind out the gutter, it's for spray painting. And you all know how Jess loves getting her guns out.
Meet Juanita, my Wagner 690 spray gun. I don't rate it like they say on the telly for painting houses, but what it is brilliant for is painting your cabinets. And especially when you've got this much wood to deal with. It's so much quicker, you'll use less paint. There's a bit more prep work to do, but it's definitely worth it in the long run. So, when you've got this much wood to deal with, get your guns out.
Tell you what, Jess, that ain't a bad review. I'll tell you what, I'm getting impressed with your reviews, but just don't think this is going to become a regular thing. Get painting.
It's a day and a half later, but the first round of painting is now done. And I can't recommend that Wagner gun highly enough. We've had it for years, and every time we use it, we fall in love with her again. One thing I will say though, when they tell you that there's no overspray, they lie. We've just used our gazebo side. What I will say is it doesn't get in the air like the one that John used to paint the van does, but you do definitely need a bit of a splatter guard. But the best thing about it is that it gives such a nice even coat that it dries quickly and evenly, which means we can now get the cabinets in. Are you good? Oh. It's alright, it'll wipe off. It's no problem.
So remember I put a nice groove in here for the wire to go in.
Yeah, well, we need a lot more wires. I forgot about the line, or the wire at the top and the brake light, and also we're going to run a USB in here as well. So all I'm doing is using a glue gun, just run a bit of glue in here, putting the wires in, so then when we put the cupboard up, it won't get trapped.
In, then up. There we go. Look,
That was a bit better.
This time.
We're flapping.
We are flapping.
The rain's coming tomorrow, so we're trying to get everything in, all the cupboards and everything fixed to the wall. So we've got the cabinets in, the top cabinets, and obviously I glued the wires in the top cabinet, so they stayed in place while we put them up. But this bit here, to get in, obviously it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to get that in with the wires, because you can't get in and glue it to this. So I was having a bit of a head scratching moment, and the genius Jess come up with a brilliant idea. All we've done is just measured out where the router is in the back of this, and then we just glued it to the wall. So then when this goes in there, slot straight in. You impressed me, Jess, you impressed me.
Thanks, boy.
She's in me!
Yeah, look at the mess. Got to clean up.
Look at this. This is like going back to the ark, this. What's this thing? Hand rivet gun. Somebody did say to me in the comments actually, they said, you love a rivet. And it's quite funny actually, because if you've watched the Defender build and this build, that's all we've used, isn't it?
Rivet.
But then it's funny because the other builds we've done before that, we never used a rivet for anything.
But yet you still had 5 of those guns.
True. On the rivet debate as well, I found a Milwaukee one. It's a lot cheaper. About 200, I think
Yeah, but you don't have any Milwaukee batteries.
and it's a 12
Or
volt, so it goes
charges.
in. So, and I tell you what, is everybody weird like me? When you get fixated on a brand, that's it. You don't want to buy anything else. So like we've got the Bosch, and I'll delve into Festool a little bit because I like Festool, but
You're so boring.
to go Milwaukee, it's like, ooh, can you do it? You know what I mean? Can you portray your roots? I believe, is it green or blue Bosch?
Well, some are green, some is blue, isn't it?
Well, great. What's them two mixed together?
Like a bluey green. How do you not know what colours make colours?
I believe bluey green anyway. Think they find this interesting?
I think that this is absolutely terrible.
Let's get it in, boy! Hey, what? That is the dream team at work there. I'm loving the comments. What is it? JJ? Team JJ? Team JJ.
Oh, you got your guns out!
Oh, yeah, got it done out. Can't put this in. Morning, everyone. So we didn't show you last night to get these walls in because it got pretty dark pretty quick. We had to have a late dinner. Jess was not impressed.
Not acceptable. Delayed dinner is not
You
okay.
should have seen it. She nearly lost a finger eating arsehole. She was inhaling that quick. But anyways, so the way we fix these cabinets on all the way around is we've done the same as we've done with the floor. So we've rebaited the hole, put the pop rivet in, we'll fill it and we'll touch it up. So, and like I say, really happy with how solid they are. But I'm going to get on with the bathroom today. I want to try and get the bathroom pretty much finished. And then Jess is going to get on with some sanding and doing some kitchen worktops and things like that. So let's get on. So I've got the shower in and it pretty much went to plan, so let me show you how I did it. So obviously last week we fixed the aluminium down to the side and pop rivet into the wall, so that was all secure, and then I just screwed through the aluminium into the wooden board to hold it there. And then on the floor inside on this panel, I've Craig screwed on the inside into the floor, so that's holds it in there, and obviously done the same up the aluminium strip. And then I managed to get the shower tray in, and then I've done it so the Craigs are on the outside here because they're going to be covered up by the seat. So then I could get the shower in, then put the board on, then secure it in. And then on the inside, so we've just done Jess's ingenious idea for the light and the fan. We've just routed out the groove and then just hot glue gun the wire in. So that goes down there, and then that hole there is for the bullfinch shower that we're going to put in. But for all the walls, obviously these two walls are waterproof because they're the GRP. But for the wood, all we use is, I've used it a few times before, and it's called Saniclad. And it's really good. It's only 1.6mm thick, real lightweight, and obviously it's waterproof. So all you do is you glue that to your wood boards, you seal all around your corners, and then the job done. Next job, I need to get this water heater in. So we've gone for a 10 litre Truma water heater, and I fitted one before, and the only thing I don't like about them is you have to turn them on to get hot water, and obviously it takes like half an hour to get. I'd rather get an instantaneous one, but they're ridiculous money and they're prone to freezing as well. So we're going to get this in. But it's going a bit slow today because I'm the only one working, because Jess has been on the phone all day.
You what?
I don't have any friends, right? So it's all good. Nobody rings me. Her mates ring her every 2 minutes.
Right, every 2 minutes. I had a 20-minute phone call with my friend today. 20 minutes.
She's had 5 tea breaks today.
I've had 2 cups of tea for the entire day.
So I'm going to have to go get some 15mm ply in a bit. And Slacker's staying here to try and do some work. But I'm dreading how that's going to go.
You are heading for one of these today, I tell ya. My last nerve, that boy. Hot water heaters in, and these square walls are for the win again. She went in a treat. And because it's only 30mm thick on the sides as well, you don't need extensions and stuff like that, because we fitted one to a panel van before and it was a nightmare with all the wonky walls and a flue extension, everything like that. They've also got a cover that goes on the outside for the exhaust pipe. So we're hoping that that will stop the worst of the cold air blowing in. And we've also put the diesel heater in the same cover.
Oh my god, no way. See, this is what I'm on about. Who is it? Who is it?
One of my friends from Australia.
Oh, I'm so happy right now. This is staying in, this is.
This is not staying in.
I told
terrible.
him, it's so good. I think you didn't believe me, did you? The old phone girl.
Anyways, so I was trying to tell you, the diesel heater is going in this cupboard for a couple of reasons. First is we're hoping that, cross your fingers for us, it will stop the hot water heater from freezing. Other is that we're going to pipe it straight into the shower so that we can make a nice drying room, and then it's going to come straight out into the living space here through this chair. Also, it fits there a treat because it just misses all of the chassis and the boxes and stuff underneath.
Any more phone calls you on? I told you, didn't I?
My phone hardly ever rings.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh.
So I'm off to get the old 15mm bit of ply, but I left the Slacker at home. But I've got a bone to pick with you Sainsbury drivers, because every time I pass you, I give you, hey boy! Nothing. So if you see me passing, at least give me a thumbs up or a wave or anything like that. I'm one of yous. Give me a thumbs up. I found a couple, let's see if they wave. You ready? He just waved to his mate. Hello boy! He didn't wave.
Apparently, all John thinks I do is talk and rest all day. And according to the comments, so do you lot. Last week, Wally put a comment on saying that we'd get the van done a whole lot quicker if I didn't just yak, yak, yak all day. And 36 of you liked that comment. So seeing as all you think I do is talk, talk, talk all day, I mean hit John where it hurts, I'm going to do Tool Talk Tuesday. This is a shot blasting cabinet. It blows sound on stuff and it's red. There's your Tool Talk Tuesday, and you've only got yourselves to blame. I mean hit John where it hurts, I'm going to do Tool Talk Tuesday. Morning everybody.
Back at the scene of the crime. What sort of review is that?
The review that you deserve
blows-
and all your toolmates deserve.
It blows sand and it's red. We're going to lose subscribers over this. This is what they come here for. Triple T. Talk Talk Tuesday. They come here for you and your phone.
Maybe you'll be nice to me now.
I didn't talk to her about an hour last night.
Anyway, should we be nice to each other today now, Therese? Right, go get on.
This ain't over. Surprise, surprise. I forgot to show you as well. I got another couple of hole saws the other day. The only thing is, they don't fit in the drawer. Not doing my OCD any good, is it?
I'm not a terrible painter, by the way. I find that when you're touching up, if you kind of get your thick bit on the middle and then go round it in all kinds of different directions, you don't see touch up so much. So while I've been getting on with sanding and painting this morning, John's got the worktops cut out for me, so I can get on with oiling those this morning. We've also got prepped our strips of wood that we're going to put along the roof to put our lighting in. So we're just going to use these little down lights, and then we've routed out the back of them for the electrical cable to run in. And we're going with some 6mm birch ply. The reason we picked that is it's quite a similar colour to the worktop, so hoping by the time we oil it, it's going to come up a treat.
So my next job is to get the night heater in, and I've drilled the hole in the floor, and it's 55mm for obviously for all the insulation and the wood and everything. And with this night heater I've got, you get one of these plates which has obviously got the shroud round it, but it's not deep enough. So all I've done is get a little bit of plate and then bend it round into like a circle and just tack it together. So then I'm going to put that over there, and it makes a nice sleeve, so when I drop it in, it covers all the insulation and I can just seal it around the bottom. So that's that. Next thing I want to talk to you about is the night heater. This is incredible. Look, I haven't used it yet, obviously, but if it's anything like what it looks, oh, I'm sold with it. I'm not sponsored or anything like that for this. I bought it with my own money, but this is the Lavender Pro, and we got it from a company called
Vanlife, Campervans and Motorhomes.
Ever so helpful, so I'd really recommend them. But yeah, the quality of it and what you get with this is unbelievable compared to the Chinese ones. So the Chinese ones are about 100 quid, these are 250, so it's a little bit more, but like I say, so you get the normal plate that you would get when you're fitting it, and you get the black one with the shroud. The fuel filter, so much more better quality, the fuel pipe. The fuel pump rubber, that's about 4 times the thickness of the other one. The other one feels like it's going to fall off in 2 seconds. The exhaust, like real good quality, and you get heat shield with it as well. And then you get all these T-pieces and pipes as well. And if you didn't know, like these are quite expensive as well. So yeah, if you're looking for a night heater, I definitely recommend them. But the reason I've gone with this night heater, the main reason is I don't like it when your night heater, you turn it on and it just keeps going until you turn it off. I like it to be thermostat controlled. And obviously the Chinese ones don't do that. The Webasto's and the Eberspatches do, but they're about £1,000. So you can get one of these, and this is called an afterburner. A bloke in Australia sells them. And basically what you do is you just set your temperature on this, 20 degrees, and then whenever it gets to 20 degrees, it cuts the night heater out and goes on again like that. So yeah, I really recommend everything of this, and hopefully it's as good as it looks.
I've always dirtied everything that I found. This ain't no difference, look at you now. Baby, cut yourself, baby, cut yourself loose. Save all the things that I said that night.
That is beautiful, look at that. Made for the job, that.
We made it for the job, boy.
Cut yourself loose. I was mesmerized by your eyes. Keep me up every night. Keep me up every night. There ain't no satisfaction for me now.
So she's all back together again, and with some new additions. So we've got the worktops in, and the sink and the cooker. We've got the strip lights in at the top, and I love that I listened to you guys and put in the alley trim, because I think that's going to look lovely with the baskets in. I'm just waiting for a couple from the Amazon man before we can do that. Unfortunately, we've run out of time to show you some of the plumbing and stuff that John's done, because you don't want a 45-minute video, and he wants to tell you about it in detail. So make sure you come back next week, and we'll see you then.